this just is kind of a good example for how balance in your makeup is important, because once I actually do my foundation, my contour, my blush, all that, I won't look like, so my eyebrows won't look so intense, they'll kind of blend in. Same with like my lip and everything. So the foundation that before I say that, basically all I've done is wash my face in the shower with my soy face cleanser from the brand Fresh, and I didn't exfoliate today. I probably exfoliate like twice a month, and I put on my Kiehl's SPF, so just any moisturizer. I don't personally use primers. I don't know, for me, I don't think it's necessary. As long as you have something that's a base, you should always have a moisturizer on, but so that's kind of what I use as my base, as my primer, as a moisturizer. So the foundation that I'm using today is the Kat Von D Lock-It Foundation, and you might have seen other videos of me using the Lancome Tint Idol 24-hour foundation. And I do use that one on a more everyday basis. The Kat Von D is a more full coverage, really, really full coverage. As to where the Lancome one, it's full, but it's not as intense. So I really only wear this when I'm going all out. So when I'm doing lashes, when I'm doing my full brows. So the difference with my makeup routines every day versus like when I'm going out is just, it's the foundation, it's my brows, it's the lack of lashes, the lack of eyeshadow, and I usually won't do like a crazy lipstick, so it takes me probably like triple the time to do my everyday makeup, or my going out makeup, than my everyday makeup, just because the brows take some time, as well as the lashes, the shadow and stuff. So this foundation, you can get it at Sephora, compared to like a lot of other high-end foundations. What the are my neighbors doing? Number one, I think someone's having like a party or playing music, because I hear like a heavy bass. Anyway, it's not that expensive compared to like other high-end foundations. I think it's like $35 or something. Not that that's cheap, but you can go up to like $50-$60 for some foundations. What I'm using today to apply it with is this little Beautyblender sponge. This is not actually the brand Beautyblender. This is a knockoff that I got from Lily Lashes as like a free gift with purchase. It's a little bit more dense. If you have a knockoff version, it might be more dense, it might be less dense than Beautyblender. I personally am fine with this. I also have a real Beautyblender that works just fine for me as well. So it just depends what your preference is. That's another thing that differs between this makeup routine I'm about to do and my everyday. For my everyday makeup routine, I don't use this. I use just a brush because it's quicker. Whereas this, I feel like, does a little bit of a better job in making my skin look more smooth and poreless and flawless. But a brush is quicker. So I always use this wet. So basically what I do is, damp. What I do is I take it and I put it under the faucet. I get soap, a bar of soap, just regular soap. You're supposed to use their like cleaner, their Beautyblender cleaner, the solid, and I have had that and it works, but personally I don't see a difference when I use that versus soap. It's pretty much does the same thing in my opinion. So I don't bother buying like an extra bar of soap. I just use the bar of soap I have in the shower. I know my sister has asked the Sephora employees, what's the difference, whatever, with the Beautyblender soap versus a regular bar of soap, and they said something like, the regular soap, I don't remember what bullshit thing it was. I don't know, I don't believe it. I always tell like my sister and my mom, like, if they go to Sephora and they're like, or something, and that person gives them an answer that differs from an answer I gave them, I'm like, okay, well, I worked at Sephora for 2.5 years, like, and I'm your sister. I'm not trying to sell you anything. So, like, what I have to gain from, like, lying to you or, like, whatever. But, so anyway, so I clean it every time because you always want to use it damp, right? You can use it dry, but it's not going to be the same at all. It's going to be a really different outcome for you, so you want to use it damp. So why not clean it before? Because it's always wet. It's a sponge. It's going to harbor bacteria. So just when you're going to wet it, just soap it up, clean it, get the guy kind of squish it around, get the product out of it, and then rinse, squeegee it until there's no soap left. And the reason you want to use it damp versus dry is because it's just going to affect, like, the texture. Dry, it's like putting your foundation on with, like, think of, like, literally a dry dish sponge. Like, you don't want to do that. So also too, I'll say, my friend Tara, she uses it really wet, like pretty much like soaking wet, where I will squeeze all the water out and I'll dry it with a towel so that it's just a little damp. The more wet it is, the less product it's going to absorb. So that's also why if you're using it dry, you're going to end up using way more foundation because it's just not going to distribute. The more that it's wet, water kind of takes up space in it and absorbs less foundation. So you want to use it damp. Side note, guys, I did get baby blue nails. You guys all left comments telling me what color nails to get, and I got baby blue, and I probably would not normally have gotten this color, but I really like it. And now I'm wearing a baby blue. Well, it's a little darker, but jumpsuit as well, which it has these like ties that it's supposed to like be cute, and like it'll tie it, it's one here and one in the back, and it'll tie on my shoulders. But I literally can't like do it. Like I can't do it myself. I need someone to help me. My boyfriend is golfing. He went golfing at literally 5:30 in the morning, like a psycho. So he's not here, and it's like 10 a.m. So I'm by myself, and I'm gonna wait until I see my girlfriends for them to help me tie my romper, my jumpsuit. So anyway, I know someone's gonna comment and be like, she actually starts doing her foundation at 3 hours into the video. But hopefully you guys would like to know these tips as well, because I can, you can watch me apply it, but I think the principle of having your makeup foundation look flawless is kind of knowing how your skin should be, what tools you're using, what foundations you're using. So by the way, this is a matte coverage foundation. That's what I prefer. Before you choose a foundation, like, don't just pick one. Like, don't just buy this because you're like, oh, Julia like uses that, I'm gonna use it. If you have dry skin, or if you're, have really mature skin, you probably don't want this. If you have dry skin, it might make you look too dry at being matte. If you have more mature skin, this is a heavy foundation. It might creep and seep into your fine lines and wrinkles too much, and it might not be attractive. So definitely you want to figure out what type of skin you have, whether it's oily, normal, or dry. And then you want to either get, if you're oily, you want to get something matte, and there's different levels of matte foundations. You can kind of play with different things. If you're normal, you can kind of do either one. I have more normal skin, so I tend to go towards matte. And if you're dry, you want to get something with more of like a luminous finish. So just talk to the girls at Sephora. They'll help you figure out, what's what. And then coverage-wise too, I prefer like a full coverage, medium to full coverage. That's going to make a big difference too in how your foundation looks. If you have more mature skin, you might want to stick to like a light to medium. Also, if you have very textured skin, if you have like lots of acne scarring or peeling or whatever, you might want to stay away from the super full coverage foundations because it just your skin. It's really about your skin first, and then, you know, taking care of your skin, and then using the correct foundation to go with that. So now that we're like 3 hours in, and I just kind of start at the bottom of my face and just kind of start patting. I personally like try to avoid like right directly under my eye because I have a little wrinkle right there, and the more product that goes on your wrinkles, it's gonna seep in and make them look worse. So I'd rather it be like you know, smooth than covered fully with foundation. Notice I'm like patting into my skin. I'm not doing this. I'm not rubbing. And I go down my neck too. This foundation's a little dark for me, just a tad, but that's just how I wear my foundation. So I just try to get it down my neck as much as I can. It is literally gonna be 100 degrees today in Philly, and I'm going out like day drinking and brunching. So oh my god, I'm gonna be dying. Gotta stay hydrated. And if you guys are curious, the color foundation I wear is light 44. Kat Von D has a really nice shade range, so if it turns out this is a good foundation for you, you should be good in terms of finding a color that goes with your skin tone. It's so hard to do this in like this little mirror. Guys, when I get a house, the plan right now is to buy a house with my boyfriend like next year, like within 1 year from today, and I am going to have like a room dedicated to like being kind of a closet / like studio. So I will have a better setup with a mirror and such, better lighting. As you guys that watch me know, there is really nowhere else for me to go in my apartment. So I'm just kind of very low budget production here with these videos. Okay. So the foundation's on. I really don't wear concealer like 90% of the time. If I have a pimple, maybe, or if I have extra dark circles under my eyes that day, which like I sort of do today, but not terribly. Maybe I'll get a little. I like how beauty gurus go and they take like a full swipe. Like I literally would not ever do that. Maybe I did back in the day, like trying to emulate them, but it's just not necessary for me personally, in my opinion, to put on that much makeup foundation. Is that my phone? It just, the more you put on, the more it's gonna cake. So if you put on a huge layer of concealer, you're gonna see it on your skin. And I know, like, yes, like you might see like your favorite beauty gurus packing on all this product, all this concealer, all this foundation, but you're only seeing them in like a video camera and pictures. You're not seeing them in person, and like you can see that much makeup on someone's face. So, which, you know, just be careful. It's fine. It's better at night, but like if you're going somewhere like in the middle of the day, you don't want that. You don't want to look all caked. So then I'm just gonna set my foundation with some powder. This is the Makeup Forever I basically just take a flat brush like this and I pack it in lightly. The reason I don't, again, I'm not rubbing, I'm just packing, is because I don't want to like disturb the foundation, the liquid under the powder. I'll rub down my neck, but and I don't want to use like a crazy amount. Okay. So that is essentially all I do with foundation. I don't use crazy like concealer or color corrector and stuff. It's fun and whatnot, and like if it's your wedding day, that's one thing, but for the most part I'm just using my good old Beautyblender, my foundation. And this is Tarte Shape Tape, if you guys were wondering. This concealer that everyone uses on YouTube, it's good, it's fine, but it's not like a miracle compared to any other concealers. So now I'm gonna go put on my bronzer slash contour slash blush and the rest of my makeup to finish it, to show you guys what that will look like. But I do have a contour highlight video, like makeup class video like this one, so I will link that in the description box below. Or you can just check out this playlist so that you can find that. Alright guys, so I just put on my bronzer and my contour. Again, that video, it will be in the description box. So you can see how I do that and get a nice in-depth explanation there. But you can see now it looks a lot better now that I've did the foundation with the blush, with the bronzer, with the contour. Just because, you need to have some depth to your face rather than just being all one color. So last thing I'll do is spray a little setting spray.